Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my weekly astrological and planetary report. I'm going to be covering the planets first, and then I'm going to go into each individual sign. Okay, so and the time stamps are down the bottom. So you know it's great to listen to the planetary overview because it really just helps you bring everything into perspective and what's happening this week. Plus, it sort of teaches you, a little about the planets and how they interact and the vibrational energy. So I would encourage you to, listen through to that. It's generally only about, 8 minutes or so before you get onto your sign. Okay. All right. So let's get started. This is for July the 17th. So welcome to the week of July the 17th. And on the very first day of this week, Mercury, which is a communication planet, is going to square, and the square is a challenging aspect, typically, or generally, and it's squaring with Jupiter. So, I say typically because a square between a Mercury and Jupiter is a lot softer than, let's say, a square between Saturn and Mars. Okay, so although it is challenging, it's not so challenging in this particular between these two planets. Although there is a warning that if something sounds too good to be true, you know how that goes. If it's like, wow, that really sounds too good to be true, well, guess what, it probably is. So before you sort of jump into something, you want to just do your own research. It's always great to do your own research, unless the information, of course, is coming from someone that you really trust. Okay, and you know that they're you know that their information is factual and not just hearsay. All right. Now, midweek, the sun will interact with Neptune, and as this trine aspect is in water signs, it's going to be great just to get inspired, get those creative juices going, and just to let your imagination go wild. Because when you give yourself the space just to be creative, or that thinking time, that's when you really get insight in. That's where intuition and your inner guidance can sort of slip through, because when you're busy all the time, there's no space for that to slip through. Okay, so have a little time off just so you can be reflective. Always a good thing to do. Now, at the same time, Mars, which is a planet of, action-oriented and motivation, it's going to be opposite Saturn. Okay, so the vibratory energy between these two is opposite, because, as I said, Mars likes to, get out and get things done, and there's like an urgency with Mars. Saturn is more conservative, cautious, and slower. Okay. So even though these two are like in opposition and contrary to each other as where they sit as well, because Mars is in Virgo and Saturn is in Pisces. So Virgo is a thinking sign and likes to get organized. Mars just likes to act, okay, and be somewhat like impulsive. So there's an opposition there as well. And Pisces is an intuitive sign, and Saturn Saturn is in Pisces. So Saturn likes to get organized, get things in place. Pisces likes to just go with the flow. Okay. So there's a lot of conflicts and opposition simply, all round with this placement. So yes, it can seem quite challenging. However, it can be good because it does provide a nice balance between your logical and your intuitive senses. Okay, and for me, I always think, if it feels right, and it looks good on paper, and it also feels right, then that's like a go, you know, that's a green light. So it does help, you know, there's always another side to the coin, isn't there, right? Now, over the weekend, the sun will be in opposition as well, but to Pluto. So, you know, when the sun and the Pluto are together, you know, in either a square or an opposition, then you want to be careful of power struggles, all right? And, you know, it's an interaction between earth and water. So once again, there's a story here. Quite often I find, particularly in people's charts, there's like a story that builds. And as that story builds, it sort of gives a basis of an overall part of that person's character, or part of the lessons, or part of the purpose for that life. And quite often I see that story building in the same way, just in a week or a month. And so the same here, you know, we've got that interaction between the water and the earth, with this, you know, the sun in Cancer, water sign, and Pluto in Capricorn, earth sign. So this layer is really sort of coming through again about intuitiveness and logic. And the message here for me is just to be mindful of being both realistic about life, but also idealistic, okay? So when you can have a bit of both of those two together, then I really feel that's when you can arrive at the very best outcome. All right. Okay, now the sun is going to make its way from Cancer and move into the next sign, which is Leo. And Leo, of course, is fire sign. So, and this will happen at the end of the week on the 23rd. And I'm not sure if it's going to be the 23rd in all areas of the world, but probably yes. So, you know, for this week, it's very much about just tuning into your inner wisdom. I went as a nod, right? I've been watching me for a while. You know that, you know, one of my core beliefs is everything does start from within, okay? And over the weekend, and now we're looking at the weekend of the 22nd and the 23rd of July, all right? Venus is going to enter, it's a retrograde transit. It's going to stay in here for a while. Now, as Venus governs love, both love and money, so it's relationships with yourself, others, and a relationship with money and support. So this retrograde is going to give us a chance to, number one, you know, mend emotional fences, okay? Number two, to reassess our monetary routines. And what I mean by that is, you know, how we spend money, how we save it, how we invest, and are we happy with the way our money story? So it brings in like the mindset as well. Okay, so are you happy with your money story? Because, you know, your money story, how you feel about money, is going to reflect in what happens with money in your life. So this is a great time just to reassess that. And do you want to make any changes, and what changes, and how, and when? All right. Now, at the same time, so this is right over the following weekend, the 22nd, 23rd. So at the same time, Mercury will interact with Uranus. So you want to be careful about what you say, because Uranus is like comes out of the blue, like things can happen suddenly. And Mercury is the thinking, speaking planet, so a communication planet. So you want to watch what you say, but more importantly, how you say it, okay? You want to get your point across, like do a little bit of editing first in your mind, adopt a little bit of diplomacy, especially if developments are unexpected, and then, you know, say what you want to say, okay? So this is a week to gain clarity, And, you know, just take some time off, you know, even short periods, a few here and there, and do nothing else but just to reflect. So create that space where that intuition and inner guidance can fall through. Okay. I love doing chart work. You know, if you I've kept my astrology sessions. I've tried to keep them at a lower price, or at a much lower price than my coaching, for instance, because astrology is just something I love, and it's just such a great tool to not only be predictive of what's coming up, but also just to learn more about yourself, how you handle things, what are your values, what are your top values in life. And of course, your life purpose just evolves from your chart. And you know, to live a purposeful life is really what my work is all about. And on that note, you might like to have a look at my new course, which is Life Purpose Mastery. It's an 8-week course, great course, just either change direction, upscale, and just get clear about what you want and a direction, make a plan and put it into action, okay? All right, that being said, I hope you enjoyed these weekly planetary overviews. I certainly, you know, love writing them and recording them. So now we're going to move on to each of the signs. Okay, and as I said, the timestamps are down the bottom if you don't want to listen to everyone's sign. All right, so Aries, so your instincts are sharp this week, Aries. They're always sharp, but this week particularly. And, you know, when it's about love, you want to follow your heart, but at the same time, watch the red flags. All right. So those past lessons, you know what they are, notice them, be aware of them. All right. And as your to-do list increases, then time management and productivity are both your keys to success right now. So you want to get organized. Family can be supportive, however, timing is also very important. So, you know, if you've got something important to say, then, you know, make a point of ensuring you have their full attention, not say something sort of passing because you're in a hurry, okay? You're going to get much better result if you say, hey, you got time later today, say 4 o'clock, I want to, you know, just pass something over you, you know, talk to you. All right. Now, Taurus, family discussions can take place, which can determine a plan. And it's, you know, possibly a plan that you've been maybe putting off for a while, and you need to have that discussion and get it locked down. Okay. Now, also, if money matters are up for review, someone can like step forward right now and give you a helping hand, but, you know, get the details confirmed. In other words, don't go spending the money until it's all sort of in place, and make sure that each party has, you know, a give and take. There's value to everyone. That's the key. Now, with love, a passionate love attaching connection can really touch your heart right now. It's sort of like really that electric connection, and it can be like perhaps you're, you know, looking for love and wanting to meet someone, or it can just be like giving your relationship a boost of energy, and you want to, you know, think about how you can do that and just reconnect. Sometimes we just need to give ourselves, our partners, just time to reconnect. Okay. Now, Gemini, there's changes taking place now, Gemini, and your best strategy is just to try to go with the flow. You want to get out of your own way. Sometimes when you interfere too much, you know, you can like slow things up. So in other words, you don't have to say every thought that you're thinking. Okay, just let things unfold for a bit and see where it goes. And you might want to have a discussion that can open a new beginning, and like a discussion with someone like comes out of this situation can really just maybe close off something. And remember, the universe does not ever keep a void. When something's closed up, then a new path is opened up, and it's like a new beginning. So it's great for you. You deserve it. Okay. And with love, reflection on the past can lead to forgiveness. You're generally not a sign that sort of harbors hurt and grudges, but if there's anything there in your heart that you feel perhaps it just like it's a stickler there in your heart, you want to deal with that, you want to face it, and you want to like forgive. Sometimes it's not even about forgiving someone else, sometimes it's simply about forgiving ourselves. Okay. Now, Cancer, whether it is business or pleasure, when you need insight, then take note of your head and your heart. Okay, so you're highly intuitive, Cancer. So I mean, when we talk about business, we go into that logical side, but not for you. It's important that you also listen to your inner wisdom and your intuition. Okay. And now at work, it seems important right now that you need to stand up and be counted, and believe that your opinion is worthy of being heard. You have a great deal to offer. So, don't sit there and let someone else take the stage all the time. Okay. Believe in yourself and trust in yourself that you are good enough, and you can do and be and have what you want. So, and also a decision that you make now can bring in some extra cash. So make sure that you think that through, and, and be thinking about, we all need money to survive in this world. Clearly love is makes the world go round, but so does money. So you want to be conscious of the decisions you make business wise. Are they going to reward you for what you're worth? Okay. And my last point is just stay focused on your most significant goal, your highest priority. All right. Now, Leo, life is about to get better for you, Leo. Okay. Oh, yay. Now, there's an abundance of energy that moves your way, and that can just help you move your life up a notch. So your hard work, in other words, is about to pay off. So we like that. However, be mindful not to repeat past lessons. You know what they are, especially when it comes to love and relationships. When you see that sort of same situation coming up, but maybe in a different form, sometimes it can just be the universe saying, hey, do you really want this again? Like, how committed are you? Did you really learn that lesson? And so then it's time for you to say, maybe I can do it differently this time. I'm going to go down the same track, or you know what, I don't need to go there anymore. So either way you do that is fine. But what I'm saying is just to notice it, just to be aware. All right. And just stay connected to your inner wisdom always. Okay, so Virgo. So a social event right now, Virgo, can really get you up close and personal with someone. There's like a new moon in this area. And, the more that you can get out and network, then it'll be good for business, but also good if you're looking for love. Okay. And there's an opportunity right now to make love more permanent. We know it's a Virgo. Earth sign, all us earth signs like to have some permanency in our life. And for lovers, there's a chance for a fresh start. Okay, so and as Venus is retrograding, someone from the past can come back as well. It doesn't mean to say that you're going to get back, You know, people can change, but people need to want to change, and it takes focus and conscious effort to make changes, because you know, let's face it. I mean, you know, the habits that we have, we didn't get them just overnight, right? They took a while to, you know, form. So it's going to take a while to just, you know, move those habits out and replace them with a different habit. Okay. So, you know, keep that in mind. But so really, singles can find love now, and it's generally when you least expect it. So just remember to make time for you, make time for some self nurturing. Okay. And when you do that, it's like then things can start to come in. All right, so Libra, Libra, it's always your best love partnership is to be friends with your love partner. If you don't have a deep friendship with your love partner, there's always feels like there's something missing, okay? So you want to work on developing that. You know, deep love and trust, it can come from knowing, loving, and accepting someone for who they are. But guess what? To be able to do that fully, I don't think that's a word, fully, then you want to first do that for yourself. The more that you can know, love, and accept who you are, then the less that you need to attract those lessons from someone else, okay? So always to start working on yourself first, and then you can develop that same deep love and trust for someone else. So at work, if there's a new start, stay focused on your future. Avoid looking back. I mean, as humans, we sort of love to do this, and that's what keeps us at that same spot when we look back. You know, just have your dream in place. If you don't know what your dream is, you don't know what you want to do, you might want to have a look at my Life Purpose Mastery course, because that's what that does. It gives you clarity. It helps you find out what your life purpose is, what your dream is, and get clear about it, make a plan, put it to action, and you know, live the life that you love. Okay. So it is still on a half price for the rest of this week, so that could be something that's good for you right now. It's jenniferangel.com on the programs page. Okay, so and just to finish off, you know, your next move needs to be a win-win outcome, whether this is professional or personal, and you're really good at this, Libra. So just keep that in mind. Every transaction in life, whether it's monetary or emotional, I mean, the best outcome is when there is a win-win for everyone, okay? Now, Scorpio, you want to clear the schedule, Scorpio, because business is on the agenda, and someone from your past can be your greatest supporter right now. So when someone comes back into your life, you know, that saying, if I can get it right, I always get sayings mixed up, but some people come for a reason, some people come for a season. I think there's another thing to that saying, but yeah, so you know, keep that in mind. Not everybody comes to be your lifelong friend. Sometimes people just enter your life and they can come back from the past, even particularly as Venus is just entered its retrograde transit, and they can like really come in and do something for you to help you move forward in some way. Okay. You know, a discussion and a plan of action really gets your heart racing. You know, when you're with somebody that likes to, you know, these are your greatest like partners. You know, when you're with somebody who, you know, just loves to get things together, make a plan and put it into action, then, you know, you're happy. You love that. So they're the type of people that you want to associate with and get in your corner. So, you know, reassess your life right now, and especially we have a new moon in your area of soul development. So you want to reassess your life and just get real about making changes. And with love, enjoy the moment, okay? Don't try to plan too much. Don't try to control too much. Just enjoy today, because right now, because, you know, as we know, it's really all we have. It's all we know we have. So it's important just to be in the now, be in the moment, and enjoy that. Okay, so Sagittarius, whether it's about love, life, or money, a situation can change in an instant, Sagittarius. You know that more than anyone, okay? And so, you know, if you've been wondering what your next move is, then someone else's action can make it clear. So if you've been asking for the universe for a sign, then, you know, sometimes that sign can come through you're in all sorts of ways. And as I say, someone else can do something which changes the dynamic of you and your relationships, or it can just change the whole situation. There's your sign, okay? And when you get that clarity, I mean, I know for myself, I have a Sag rising. Sometimes I hold off on things. And when I was younger, I used to think I was being maybe lazy or procrastinating, but as I got older and wiser, I realized that a lot of the time when I do that, it's for a reason that I don't know right now, okay? So you want to, like, when you get the clarity, you know it, okay? But you want to just be open to it and allow people to come in and just see what unfolds, all right? You're not a terribly controlling sign. We'll leave that to the Capricorns and the Scorpios. So, you know, but an unexpected development now can literally put you on a golden path to success. So you want to sort of get out of your own way a little bit, but keep a positive attitude, okay? All right, so Capricorn, hello Capricorn. So relationships on all levels, whether they're personal, professional, are very significant now. It's like the people that you invite into your inner circle, make sure they're the people that you resonate with, the people that are on the same vibratory path. I mean, if you like to be positive, then you got somebody that's in your life which is a Debbie Downer, negative all the time, pulls your energy down, then personally I would put some distance between them. I know that's not always possible because some of these people can be family or work peers, but as much as possible, put some distance, okay? You need to decide what you want for yourself, and you need to step up and show up for you, okay? Now, a heart-to-heart chat can open the love door, all right? So, and this can be to a new romantic beginning, or maybe a reconnection with someone. And as Venus is just gone into its retrograde, it can be a reconnection with someone from the past, or it can be just connecting with someone that you feel that you've drifted apart from now, you know. And of course, you know, there's a new moon right opposite our sign, our Capricorn sign, in our love zone. So guess what? New love is possible as well. All right. But when you meet someone, or, you know, when you're having an interaction, be careful not to do all the talking. You want to, you know, you want to get ready to listen to, like, let's face it, communication is not always about talking. It's about listening and watching the non-verbal cues as well, the body language. So keep that in mind. Okay, so Aquarius, don't give up on love, Aquarius, okay? If you're not already in the arms of your soulmate or your perfect partner, your honey, then with planet Venus's influence, which is right opposite in your love zone, then it's only a matter of time. And also, as Venus just entered its retrograde transit, it does indicate that someone from your past can reappear too, okay? Or you know, someone can appear in the present time that reminds you of someone from the past. That can happen as well. All right. Now, with business, a friend can reach out and help. But remember, when it's about money, business is business. So even if you're doing something monetary with a friend, you want to keep it very business-like. All right. All right, so Pisces, lucky Pisces, you want to stay positive right now, Pisces. Not that you wouldn't, I mean, you know, because you're ruled by a Jupiter, you have two rulerships. Let me explain that. So you have Neptune, and Jupiter is your original ruler. So these two together really are very imaginative. They're very inspirational. Jupiter is the planet of abundance and growth and expansion. So a positive mindset really works to the level and the vibratory level of these two planets. Okay, so what does that mean? And also, because you're the most sensitive sign of the zodiac, and not the only sensitive, but in my mind the most sensitive, then you like like a sponge for emotion. You pick up everybody's emotion. So in that sense alone, it's important for you just to keep your you know, stay positive, keep your mindset strong, and block out anybody who tries to, you know, the energy vampires, you know, people who just want to go over and over and over and over their story and bring you sort of involved in it. So yeah, don't get involved with people's drama. I think that's sort of the way to say that. Okay, so but right now, someone can cross your paths that can be connected with work and give your career a boost in some way. So watch out for that. Now, again, a meaningful business discussion can really set a creative project in the right direction. So if you've had something that's been sitting on the back shelf a little bit, but you haven't given up on it, then guess what? That can get like a green light boost right now. So don't give up on it. All right. Keep your dreams alive always, you know, and have people around you who support your dreams, more importantly. And now with love, a love interaction with Mars opposite in your relationship zone can be really passionate now. Okay, so yeah, enjoy. So enjoy the moment with love. You know, don't, you know, a conversation is always a good thing for clarity, but try to just stay in the moment. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the subscribe button and share. I'd love that, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.